And we are back. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. And in case you're just joining us, welcome to Kenya's Gold, where the focus of the day is on banana farming in Kenya. And right about now, we do want to focus on the plantains variety, which is among the 1,000 varieties that are grown in the world, commonly consumed in Cameroon, in Congo, and the West African countries, and is now being embraced by farmers in Kenya, especially in central Kenya. Now, to shed more light on this plantain variety, we do have the pleasure of being joined by, first of all, I need a lot of energy and grace to say your name. I pray I get it correctly. Bilikis Bidemi Bakare. Did I get it right?
You get it right.
But say it, please say it. Let's hear how you
get it right.
I want to hear you say it.
You get it very right.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Bidemi Bilikis Bakare.
I wasn't so far off.
No. I'm a chef.
Right.
Yeah, a Nigerian chef. Yeah.
Founder of Bukala Hot.
Bukala Hot's Kitchen,
What's
yeah.
Bukala Hot?
Buka is a joint. It's like a joint, yeah.
So that's how you call it in Nigeria?
Yes, a buka is a joint.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and say hi to you in the West African way.
Okay.
I promise we didn't practice this, but I hope I'm right.
Okay.
How far now?
I did.
See? I'm good, right?
You try.
Thank you. There's another one. If I'm right, you'll tell me Naso.
Oh, yeah. Naso. You don't try. Chop no cook. You try.
Chop something. All right, so the vibes are absolutely correct. And we do want to get into the conversation on plantains. Please just tell us, how significant are plantains to you in the West African community? How often do you consume it?
I would say most of us consume it a lot, like every day. Some of us cannot do without eating it. And we have varieties, and we use it in health-wise, especially the unripe plantains.
All right.
Yeah, but it depends on how you want to enjoy it. Like this, and this.
So these are different?
Yeah.
All right. I'll want for us to get into the details of what you have here, but the same way, say how here in Kenya, you'll find there's someone who has to eat ugali every day.
Every day, yeah.
Is it the same for someone in Nigeria when it comes to plantain?
Plantain.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. So please take us through the display we have here, all the way from the uncooked to the cooked.
Yeah.
So I'd like for us to begin on your far end.
Okay. This is ripe. The ripe plantain is very sweet.
That one?
Yeah, very, very sweet.
I would assume that's spoiled.
It's not. You won't believe that this is what produced this.
So here there's plantain?
Yeah, this is plantain and gizzard. We call it gizdodo.
Gizdodo?
Gizdodo. Dodo means plantain.
Right.
Like, me, I'm from Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba, yeah. So we call it dodo. So this is gizdodo. It's a mixture of this ripe plantain and gizzard.
So can I use this to make gizdodo? You
can make it, but it will not be as sweet.
Oh, okay.
Because it has to be overripe for you to enjoy it. That taste, for you, that flavor. The flavor is going to be different from this.
Right.
Yeah, so when you use this for this, it will be very sweet. You will enjoy it.
Right.
You can enjoy it with white rice, with rice, with beans, maybe porridge beans. You can enjoy it with it here.
All right.
Because it's right, because of the sweetness.
Okay. So for that particular person who, when their plantain is in the house, it has turned like this,
like
they
this,
think it's now bad.
Yeah.
They should use this to cook.
Yeah, to cook.
Great.
You can use it for a lot of things, not just only gizdodo. You can blend it. Do you know kamai? You call it kamaiti? Kamiti or kamaiti, Kenya.
Kaimati.
Kaimati,
yes. That thing that
yeah, you can blend it and mix it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Using
this ripe.
Overripe plantain.
You mix it with the flour. Yeah, and fry it.
Okay.
It's going to really taste so nice.
Right.
Yes.
So we shouldn't waste the overripe plantain.
No. Some people think when it's like this, it's spoiled. No, there's a lot of things
I am part of the some people. Some people is me.
There's a lot of things you can actually use this for.
Right.
There's a lot of things you can use.
Good. So now let's move to the next category. We have this one, the green one.
Yeah, the unripe one.
This is unripe.
Yeah, this is unripe, and it's very, very healthy. Very healthy. So I think people thought because it is green, it is not ready. It is actually ready. It is for people that are watching weight, cholesterol, high blood pressure. Instead of eating, they can't eat sweet things. To watch weight, to watch your blood pressure and all that.
Sugar.
They eat their sugar level and all that. You eat this. It really helps.
So how do you prepare it?
You boil it. You have to boil this.
All right.
Yeah, it's boiling for the health-wise. Because if you fry it, you are making chips. It will be crunchy. It will not be as soft as this.
Right.
If you fry this, it will be crunchy. We use it for chips. Like chips, but plantain chips, it will be very crunchy because it is unripe.
All right.
But if you want it health-wise, you just boil it. You can make vegetable to make it. Like this vegetable now. This is mixture of terere and spinach. So then I put some matumbo, dry fish, and all that. Red oil. We use red oil. In Nigeria, we use red oil a lot.
All right.
Red
and
oil.
you consume this?
Yes.
With the
cooked,
unripe?
yeah, cooked.
But you boil.
Boiled, yes, with
All right.
salt, yeah.
All
with
right.
vegetable, yeah. It's very healthy. It
All right.
helps a lot, yeah.
Okay, great. And then now, finally, we have now this, which to me is the most ideal.
Yeah.
I didn't know when it's green and when it's overripe, I could use it.
Yeah.
So many of us are here. This is the one that we want. Talk to us about this one.
So this is now when you want to enjoy. You want to enjoy plantain. You can bake. You can smoke, you can fry. Like this, I fried it. You can also use it to eat rice, beans, stew, maybe a fish sauce, different kind of things. You can use it anyhow you want it. You can even eat it like that, just fry and eat it.
Right.
You can also boil too. You can also boil that.
Right.
It's not just only on ripe alone. You can also boil this. Boil it. You can eat it with anything. It's very sweet. But it's not as sweet as this because it's overripe.
Overripe.
But this is sweeter than this because this is not ripe.
Right.
This one, this is the best.
The best.
But the health-wise,
this is the best.
But the sweets, for people that like something very sweet and all that,
the overripe.
Go for this, yeah.
Now, I'll tell you one thing, and maybe that shies people away from consuming plantains as much as we'd want to. It's very expensive here.
Yeah.
If you walk into any of the outlets and you want to buy maybe a bunch that has about, let's say, 15 of them, it's about 1,000 plus. And when you have the ripening,
it's more than $1.
Yeah, it's more in certain instances.
Yeah.
And yet, if I want these ones, the ripe ones, with 200, I can get a proper bunch. What makes plantains that expensive? And in countries where it's consumed as much, like where you come from, what are the rates like? Are they affordable there?
Yeah, let me say they are affordable compared to Kenya. Because, it's part of our culture, it's what we eat. So we plant it often. Unlike Kenya, they're just getting to know about plantains. Even in the restaurants, when some people see the plantain, they'll be like, banana. I'll start explaining, this is not banana.
Right.
Like banana, you can consume, you can eat. Plantain, when we eat it raw, is more starchy and more sticky.
Do people eat it raw?
Yeah, some people like eating it raw.
Like this as
this
is?
One, yeah.
Oh.
Some people like eating it raw, yeah.
All right.
But when you eat it, it's more starchy, it's more sticky compared to banana. Banana, it is sweet, it is chewy. It is chewy, but it is more starchy. It's kind of, it's not smooth on the tongue. So that is why we prefer frying, cooking, baking, smoking. You can eat it with a lot of things.
Right.
So we consume it a lot there than here. And here, just because it's not that, with the way it's going now, people have started going into farming with plantain. Like, people have started getting to know about it. And people don't know it's actually more healthy. You can even make this as matoke.
The unripe, unripe one, yes.
The way we make matoke, yes, you can use plantain too for it.
Right.
So when people start getting to know about it, I'm sure that it's more, the price will start coming down because a lot of people started planting
it. You've mentioned something very important on the fact that they're more nutritious.
Yeah,
please talk to us about some of the health benefits that you'll get from eating plantain. Yeah,
it's rich in vitamin A, is carbohydrate, potassium, and it's really good for high blood pressure. Yeah. And you want to watch your weight and you don't want to eat rice, you're avoiding a lot of things, plantain is one of the best meal you can eat.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of the best meal, but the unripe, not the ripe one. Yeah, you have to stick to this. It might not be sweet. Yeah, the taste might not be good. We don't have a choice.
This one there.
Yes, the taste is not very nice, but it's because of what we want to get out of it.
Right.
Yeah, that is why we can consume it.
Right.
Health-wise, there's a lot of benefits that comes with it. Yeah.
Now, the fact that we are not growing it as much, and I appreciate the fact that we do have a growing number of farmers who are now embracing plantain farming, but we still do have a long way to go when it comes to awareness and even just the farm practices for the plantain. What happens to you when you need plantains? You have a restaurant, it's a West African field restaurant, and people are coming for the plantains, and the demand is there, but the supply is not as good. How far do you have to go to get plantains? What are the extremes that you face with the plantain
suppliers? You just have to have different suppliers, because just because Kenyans don't know more about plantain, when you have this kind of plantain, you know, when they want to pluck it, is in green, not yellow. It's green. So there's a way they wrap it to make it turn to this. Yeah. When they bring it from the farm, so it is wrapped in a sack with a lot of cloth, a lot of sack. They leave it for days for it to get ripe, like this.
Oh.
Yes.
Which is very different from the other bananas.
Yes.
What's the purpose of wrapping it? Please
for it to get ripe.
So you cannot just leave it in an open space after harvesting?
Yeah, if you leave it, it will be yellow, but inside will not be very ripe. It might still be hard. So when you wrap it with a lot of sack and a lot of cloth, it gets ripe from inside. It will take days, maybe like 5 days. You start opening it, maybe like 3 days you check, okay, it's coming up a little bit. After 5 days, 1 week, when you are satisfied with the color, then you bring it out. Because if you don't wrap it very well, inside will not be ripe. It won't get ripe very well. It will still be like this. It will still be a little bit hard. It will not be soft.
Right.
And you won't like it.
Okay.
And it's not good for business.
Good.
Yeah.
So if you harvest and you wrap it, you say in how many days will it now be ready?
Maybe in the next 5, 6, 7 days it will be ready.
Great.
Depend on when they harvest it. It might be this color. Some are still very green, greenish than this. Some are very, very greenish.
Right.
Yeah.
And in case you harvest and you don't wrap it, maybe you just leave it in an open space for it to turn yellow by itself. How long will that take?
It can take maybe like 2 weeks.
So it takes longer.
It takes longer, yeah.
And it's still not ripe inside.
Yes.
Good. So that awareness part, is that one of the challenges that you face in the business?
Yes. Because sometimes when you buy it and customer want it. When you start cutting, you realize that it is not ready.
It's not ready.
So when you fry it, it's now crunchy.
All right.
It will not be soft.
Right.
You won't enjoy it with rice. You can enjoy it, maybe you want to eat it like that.
Right.
But if you want to eat it with food, imagine chewing rice.
All right.
So it is actually not good for business. So even sometimes when I buy and I see it's not ripe, I decide to wrap it.
Oh, you start wrapping it
myself,
yourself.
To keep it like for 2 days. So within 2 days, where there's heat, in the kitchen there's heat, it will help it to ripe very fast.
Right.
Yes.
So there's a lot that we need to do when it comes to creating awareness on how you need to take care of
the plantain.
Not just in the farm, but even post-harvest.
Yes. Even when you buy it at home, for it not to turn this, you want to keep it fresh like this.
Yeah.
Just put it in the fridge.
Okay.
It will just be like this. But if you put it close to where there's water, it's going to turn this so fast.
So if I store it in the house?
If you want to store it, you can use foil to foil it like this and put it in the fridge. We don't want moist or water to touch it.
So what is its shelf life? How long can it stay as fresh?
The more it stays, the more it gets ripe. Yeah.
Okay.
But when you have this, like this now, we can leave it like this. Maybe maybe we have a lot and I don't want it to get ripe. I can just leave it outside like that. And it'll just stay for like 1 week. It will be taking its time because I still have those ones that is ripe because I'm not eating everything at a go.
Right.
So you can just leave it for a long time. But if it is ripe and you still have it and you don't want to get this result, you can just foil it and put it in the fridge.
All right.
But make sure water does not touch it.
All right.
So it will stay like that till you are ready to anytime.
Avoid water.
Avoid water.
In your storage.
Yes.
Right. So one thing that I've picked out of this conversation so far is this is a perfect opportunity for farmers to get into plant plantains because the demand is there.
Yeah, the demand is there. Yeah. People
like
are getting to know it. Kenyans are really liking it right now.
Right.
Like around now, unlike before, before you get plantain, you have to start going from Mirema to Breeze to that. But now within Mirema, you have 3 people that are selling it already. So you can see that the demand is beginning to get high.
Great.
Yeah, people have started buying it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's a farmer who's watching you right now and probably is in the business, they can look for you and supply to you as long as they're doing good quality. Good quality.
That's very, very important.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Billy Keys, for those insights on plantain farming. So for the farmer out there who was wondering, if I get into plantain farming, is there a market for it? Will I get profits at the end of the day? I believe this first part of the conversation has answered you on that and more. We are not yet done. We are taking another break, but when we come back, we'll break down for you other varieties that are commonly grown in Kenya as we also wind up on this conversation and we get to taste some Nigerian food. Like they always say it in your place, last. Hi, everybody.
Go chop breakfast.
Go chop breakfast. See you after this break.